this is not in any order. My first one, Sam and you, we best love.
Okay.
But it's their character name. I don't know how to say their character names. I think they have the best like chemistry out of everything I've ever seen because they had to have so much trust in the process of making the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like their chemistry was so well developed because who could do those scenes like with no blocking, with
Mm-hmm.
with very little direction, and on top of it being a little under the influence of alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Like they
Like,
had so much trust in each other to like have like going in with no practice, not knowing what the other's gonna do, and that kind of scene to
mm-hmm.
like not take it too far or like and it got a little aggressive in some parts,
It really
so
did.
like yeah.
Like, I am forever amazed by just the fact that they can do that. And the fact that they can pull us in not just for that season, but for the following season afterwards and
Mm-hmm.
continue that momentum and the chemistry. Oh my god. That is the reason why I put them, I guess, in number one, but not really. Because everyone in this list could be number one for me. Your number one?
Okay, for my number one, I did Hao Ting and Yushigu from Make Our Days Count History 3. So I thought their chemistry was so believable that it was able to literally like suck every single person who has ever watched that show in. And even outside of like the show, like Wong is so obsessed with the guy that plays Wushigu or Yushigu and like is always trying to kiss him and nibble on him, and like they have a very like strong friendship, and like you can totally tell because they portrayed like being deeply in love with each other perfectly.
Bruh, workshop be workshopping. I swear. My number two ish is Te and Ayo. Another reason, I think the reason why I picked their chemistry is because the actual storyline goes with their real lives. Um, you can feel it. They're still like, even in real life, they have a entertainment company together now.
Mhm. Mhm.
God, if I had to be like, if I had to pick in the room who had the best chemistry, it would have to be them. Because one, they have the experience, life experience together before
Mhm.
the show, because of the show, and then the show is written about their lives.
Mhm.
And how much more chemistry do you want from that? Like that's literally their lives, but just in
Mhm.
different names.
In almost every scene you can see like the longing that they have like for each other. So they
Yeah,
did so good.
I just love them. I love them so much. I want them to live the rest of their lives just together, like just be together. Oh, you're so cute. Your number two?
My number two is Talay and Puan from Vice Versa. Just Jimmy C. This is like, I was just so blown away because this is their first thing together,
Mm-hmm.
like as a couple. And they really did have like amazing chemistry. You really believed that and it wasn't like it was like such a, like it wasn't like dirty or lustful or like they didn't focus on that at all. It was all just about them like loving each other, and they like kissed and they hugged and they cuddled. I don't know. I thought they like portrayed it. They seemed very comfortable with each other. And like they had multiple bathtub scenes, and it seemed all supernatural, and not supernatural as in like ghosts, but like super pause natural. uh, and especially with it being their first thing ever, I thought they had really, really good chemistry.
Yes. I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh wow, are you sure like this is their first thing together?" Like it felt like they've been partners or like something before,
Mhm.
but nope, that was just their first. That's they really said
Mhm. And, like, all the kissing scenes and everything was so natural this was their first, like, show where either of them had a partner. Because like, Jimmy was in A Bad Buddy, but he didn't have a male partner. He was a side character that liked a girl, and, like, there was no awkwardness, there was, like they just went for it.
uh, another workshopping.
Yep. Yes.
My third one is Jaeyoung and Sungwoo semantic error.
Okay.
I feel like they did such a good job. The fact that like Sunwoo's character is I wouldn't say closed off, but I wouldn't say like I don't know how to explain him because but is he on the spectrum? Do you know if he's on the spectrum or not?
I've seen, like, edits of fans, like, thinking that he is.
I don't
If we
feel
don't wanna go that far, we can always say, like, he's antisocial.
there you go, yeah. He's very antisocial, and then you have Jae-young on the other hand, not antisocial. I don't think he knows the
Mhm.
word no and the word space.
Mhm.
He knows mine. I swear. I just love their dynamic. Let's be real here. Their dynamic is so cute and so good. And it's again like you said earlier, like it wasn't like a lust or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's so good just to watch a show and not being like, oh, is it like one of those like type scenes?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I wouldn't say it's super pure, but it's super good. It's
Yeah,
super.
yeah.
I just love the.
I've never seen, like, a I mean, I probably have, but, like, it's one of the best adaptations of the webtoon. Like, they did the webtoon almost, like, exact justice. Like, it looks and is acted out, and the characters, like, resemble, and, like, everything is almost exactly how the webtoon was, and usually they always take a little liberties, and they'll, like, change a few things or leave some stuff out, and, like, they really didn't do that for Semantic Error. They did a very good job.
I want a season two. I want a season two so bad.
If
Like
they followed the webtoon, it's just gonna be hard because the rest of the webtoon is just Jaehyung trying to trying to get some sexy time and, like, oogling his boyfriend.
maybe we need a movie. We can get a movie. Your next one.
My number 3 is Pran Pot from Bad Buddies.
Okay.
I thought they did a really good job. I mean, Ohm and Nanon were best friends for, like, ever before they were in this.
Mm,
Like, they were really good friends, they knew each other. Ohm really only did the show because Nanon was gonna be his partner in it,
mm,
and so, like, he jumped on board, and you can really and it was a perfect story for them because they have been best friends since, like, they were little kids, and of, like they're obviously I mean, not obviously, I don't know how they feel, but they're not in love with each other like they are in the show,
mm.
but you could really like, in the show, you could really tell that they had that, like, friendship, and it was really good. They had
Yeah.
great chemistry.
Oh, so I they're going through like their divorce period right now, or like it's ending.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, honestly.
I
I'm
This
not
is my own personal opinion, but I am not one of those I don't think I'm, like, that delulu, and, like, I know that the actors and the characters are separate, and,
mm,
like, they have their own lives, and I'm not the kind of fan that gets mad when one of the actors gets a girlfriend or boyfriend or anything. Like, before they were in the show, both Ohm and Nanon said that they didn't like being shipped together, and after the show, they didn't want to do, like, anything else together, and they just kinda wanted to be done with it. And They even said, like, in an interview that they don't hate each other. They just want their fans to stop shipping them. So they're kind of taking a break
Hmm.
from each other. And like there's tons of videos of them like behind, like when they're not in front of their fans and stuff, where they're like laughing and like joking with each other, but then when they go for interviews and they go in the public eye, they're very cold with each other because they kind of want their fans to stop. And then all the fans are taking it as like they hate each other and they were dating in real life and now they broke up and like all this stuff. And I'm like, no, they're best friends. And they've said that they love each other, but they didn't say they were in love with each other. Like, I love my friends.
Hmm.
My best friends, I genuinely love them and care about them and want the best for them. And that's exactly what they've said about each other. But that doesn't mean that, like, they're dating. I'm not saying they're not because I don't know them, but like, I just think they're best friends and they're now that the show's over, they just kind of want to like go back to how they were and like not have everybody shipping every single thing they do together.
I think that's super hard though, because once a shipper starts shipping them, it's gonna be there for
Yep.
like forever. And I feel
And the
so.
crazy, like, Delulu BL fans are crazy.
Mhm. But it's honestly for me, I'm also the same where I don't get the Lulu on much, but
Hmm.
it's so I don't know. For me, it's so hard to get to that point of Delulu because I'm
Yeah.
so realistic in things, and I don't know. I just never. The only time I've ever truly shipped someone is when the people actually like, oh, yeah, we're actually dating.
Yeah. When
That's
they
the
said
only
something
time.
like that, we're like, yeah, we're dating kind of thing. Like Zia Nunu. Like, I feel okay being like, oh my God, like, they look like they love each other so much. Because they, like, kind of said they're dating. So, like, it's okay for me to be a little more Delulu.
Or what's their name? Yon and Ton.
Yeah.
Like they're dating.
We're the two from Plus and Minus.
Right? Like if it's something like that, then I don't mind being like, "Ooh, look at the little hands!
Hmm.
They're holding hands. They're so cute." Like I don't mind something like that. But yeah, I don't know. This is where I feel like I don't fit in the BL community because sometimes they do have the
They're just crazy.
yeah. Like I
Because
watch.
sometimes they'll ruin their own like actors' careers because they have a girlfriend in real life, or because they've like publicly said they're not dating their BL partner in real life, and the fans like tear them apart, and like
Mhm.
that's scary.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know how they do that. I I sometimes when I'm like in a ship, I'm just like I wish I could get to that point to join everyone, but I'm just like it's so much
Hmm.
effort and I don't really feel that.
Hmm. Sometimes I watch like edits and like clips on like YouTube and stuff, and I'll let myself be a little delulu for like 8 to 15 minutes, however long that like compilation is, but it's so fleeting. I don't actually think that, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
just for those minutes I'm allowed to like be crazy. And then after that I go back to reality. And I'm like, okay.
Dude, same. Like I can watch like a 15-second like clip on like TikTok and be like,
Hmm.
oh, be giddy and like being like, oh yeah. And then as soon as it ends, I'm like, oh whatever. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's my little
Yeah.
like fangirl moment or ship moment. I don't know. But yeah, it
See,
doesn't
I think that's healthy. That's how it's supposed to be.
but then you see everyone else and you're just like, I want to be a little chaotic too. Like sometimes I want to be chaotic. I just can't get there.
The only thing I like kind of wish is that I could be that passionate about it. You know
Mm,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's their whole life. And they're
Mhm.
so passionate about it. I'm like, I want to love something that much. I want to be that passionate about it. Like pretty passionate about it. This is a huge part of my life, but like it's not my whole life.
Right? I have so much more else to do. I can't have this every single time.
Hmm. Okay, you're number 4. We went on a tangent.
Another tangent. Okay, so my number 4, this one's a little bit difficult for me because there was quite a lot and we only had 5 spaces. So, I put uh The Untamed
Okay.
Bang Wenji and Wei Wuxia. I feel like if you don't put them in some type of chemistry, like shame on you. Literally, Lang
Mhm.
Wenji doesn't deserve that. Oh, poor Lang
I
Wenji.
mean, even if you've never read the book and you don't know that it's technically like a BL, if you watch that show, their
Mm,
chemistry's so good that they don't even have to do anything and you just know.
right?
Like, you just know.
You can do they can do the slightest of things, and you're gonna
Mhm.
that means something so much that you
Yeah.
don't know.
Long
And
One G's like straight face smiles like 2 centimeters up, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, he smiled!"
oh my god! And then there's just the little details that Lang Wenji did to show like his love for Wei Wuxia, and then Wei Wuxia being Wei Wuxia. Like, let's be real here.
Mhm.
He's
And we
an open
say sugar daddy,
book.
giving him all his money.
Yes. Oh my god. Their their chemistry is amazing. Even the
I'm actually rereading the book right now,
ooh.
like as we speak. It's
I have
crazy.
a
I'm on like book 2.
I have a wish list that I just made so I can start buying things. So hopefully that ends up well. I still have to finish like the BTS book. I'm like
Mhm.
so hard to finish because there's all those little cue codes. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
read the book and you watch the thing. You read the book and you watch, and you read the. Oh my god! I'm like, how do I do this to myself? Why is it taking me so long? So that is my number four. Your number four?
Mine is Nung Diao and Palm from Never Let Me Go.
Oh,
I actually finally recently finished it. Like I had watched it when it was coming out and then I stopped watching on episode 8. Like I watched episode 7 and then stopped, which is such a bad habit of mine. I always stop on episode 8 or episode 11 cuz like usually one of the two something happens and I'm over it. I'm like I'm not dealing with this shit until
I'm
I know.
ready.
So I like stopped. And I recently finished it cuz I really wanted to watch Our Sky
Mm,
too. And
mm.
like a whole bunch of BLs just came out, and I can't be watching like last month's BLs. You know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah,
many coming out every month that I really need to step it up. Um,
I
and
did
I
this.
was blown away by their chemistry. And
Yeah.
they have grown compared to Fish Upon the Sky, because I really liked Fish Upon the Sky. It's a
Um,
very like cutesy, younger kind of BL. Their chemistry and dynamics and acting and like potential just skyrocketed.
mm.
And Never Let Me Go is so good. Their chemistry is so good.
I love the behind the scenes of that show though. Oh my god, so
Mhm.
I I also did the same thing where I had to catch up on shows to watch the I guess the whole collection of
Yeah.
episodes. I did not watch My School President when it came out,
Mhm.
but I knew of it and I had context and everything, but I didn't know much anything
Yeah.
besides. But yeah, it took me like 2 or 3 days to finish it. I'm
Green Flags. It's like a revamped and like new take on Together the series.
mhm.
If you like really think about it.
Yeah, so it actually um I think I didn't think I was gonna like it as much because I was like, oh, it's high school.
Yeah.
But it actually grew on me so much that I was like, wow, I was like chinchillas. And then I was wondering what they were gonna do with the lion thing, and then they showed you the lions for later on, and you're just like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. And then I want that stupid chinchilla cat, the little
Uh-huh.
that thing is. Oh my god, I want it so
I
bad.
actually really like we didn't get very much of them in the show. We kind of did in the like special episode that just came out. We got a little bit more of them and like in Our Sky we did, but the best friend and then the guy that always cooks barbecues and has the greatest sense of style with all his little crop tops. They were my favorite couple and they barely got any screen time, but I loved them.
Yes. Oh my god. those outfits that he put on, I was like, yes, get it, get the
Yes. The
outfits.
beach episode, he looked amazing. All the fits were great.
Yes, I was so jealous of his like outfits. I was like, I want to. I aspire to be you.
Hmm.
I have no sense of like outfits. So I think my
How did we get here? What did you say? What was your number 5?
I haven't got we don't
Okay.
this is a tangent filled episode, I swear.
Was it from Never it was from Never Let Me Go,
Yeah.
right? Okay. The behind the scenes, we talked about my school. Got it, got it. In the behind the scenes for Never Let Me Go, Pond has gotten so much confidence. He was all over Puwin. He was
Mhm.
like, yeah.
I love this. I love this about us. This honestly makes me want to just to have the whole episode out. My next one and last one on my list before we get to honorable mentions is Until We Meet Again, Pom and Dean.
I knew this was gonna be on here somewhere.
I had to. Like when you text me, you're like, "Oh, did you
That's
this?"
why I even said them in the text. I was like, so did you put Palm Dean or Until We Meet Again? Because I already knew it was on your list.
They're always on my list, and that's my problem. I don't want to put them on my list all the time, but they're always there.
I mean, they're like they're one of yours. They're one of your shows, man. We all have some of those.
But I didn't realize that until I started making these videos. I'm just like, oh, they're there. Like they're in the corner of my room. Like I should have like their faces or something to be like,
Mhm.
I'm number one. I don't
I need to
know.
buy you like life-size cutouts of Palm and Dean and just ship them to your house for your birthday.
I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, yeah, I would literally be like, beep.
No.
Oh my god, no, that would be my new addiction. I don't think I could survive that.
Either that or like the long pillows that
No,
look like Palm and Dean.
you might die.
The body pillows.
I need a bigger bed. I need a bigger bed. It's like Palm needed a bigger bed. And until we meet again, that poor
Mhm.
bed was so small. Oh my god, but yes, until we meet again, Palm and Dean, before we get any more distracted. Their chemistry was so amazing, but I think it had to be on the next level because they had their first souls, I guess, their first lives. So I feel like it was such a strong and deep connection more than probably any couple had to because they already had a connection, but they just had to
Mhm.
enforce the connection and then more chemistry.
Mhm. They had to like instantly be soulmates.
Yes, and I don't think any other show was like that. Maybe. I think Color Rush maybe because of their like dependency on each other,
Mhm.
but uh, or
That's
maybe
about it.
the new one La Pluie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I feel like that one also took some time, even though they were soulmates.
Yeah.
Took time because a lot of
That
bad.
was years. Like he like it took over 2 years. So,
But honestly, all of his life was bad timing. So yeah, those are my top five, and now your five.
my last one, number 5, is Tan and Boone from Manor of Death.
I knew
Because
this
I
had to be on your list. I knew it because you
Yeah,
said you had
there's
it. I
no
was
way I
like,
couldn't. They were so good in that. And Max and Tool have like the best chemistry. They're OG BL for a reason. Like they're incredible and they are such good friends. They're literally like platonic soulmates, I feel like. Like they really do genuinely love each other and like they are best friends and I feel like they'll always be in each other's lives and they're off doing their own thing now. Like Tool's doing his is it business finance or architecture that he's like just recently doing? He said he's going to stop doing BL and like focus on that. I think it's his business.
it's his business. I think he sold his bar and then is continuing to do something else. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like he finally got his like degree and is like officially he wants to go do that revenue and like he's kind of done with BL until like he's done being a businessman, which, you know, good for him. But like they're still always going to be in each other's lives, and that chemistry like rolled over into all of the shows that they've ever been in, and they
Mhm.
just instantly like yeah.
I love the fact that they were able you were able to see the progression and not just like one series, but all the series that they were in, and just the
Mhm.
fact that they were able to do so much,
Mhm.
like stay together and like
Yeah.
promote, like be with each other and like just make each other like better people and like better actors. And
Yeah.
it's so amazing. And like their friendship's amazing. Like the post that they post on like Instagram is so cute. It's so good.
It's adorable. And like I know I put Manner of Death on here, but even in Together with Me, like that was a really early show and it
Mm,
has like 2 or 3 seasons, and that was like one of the first pairs that I had seen because it's older where like they got together, they started living together, they like had some troubles, but then they got back together because they loved each other, and then they got married. And it wasn't like one of those, because there's so many shows where like at the end they just kind of ask each other to marry them, and it's kind of out of nowhere, or like you don't really feel like it's the right timing. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Sometimes the shows kind of just throw it in there and you're
Like
like,
the progression isn't there and you're just like
yeah.
missing
And in
something.
Together with Me it was like
Mm.
they had like years where they were in an immature relationship, and then they moved in together and they had a mature relationship, and then they had like a big breach of trust, and they had like some time apart, and then they realized they couldn't be without each other. They got back together, and then like
I think that's just life.
you know what I mean? Like yeah, it was
That's
like
real.
a normal relationship, like for real normal relationship with real like love and stuff, but between two guys. And so like they just portrayed it so well.
I just really irks me the fact that like not a lot of people watch it or like
Mhm.
give it the props that it deserves. And you're just like, this is like a stepping stone. Like this is like a big historical moment for,
Yeah.
and a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah," they'll talk about it, but they don't really talk about it or they don't really go in depth into it because you're just like, it's so much more than what
Yeah.
we I guess.
Especially like now, like when COVID hit, there was a huge influx of people that started watching BL.
Mm,
And like I've been around since before then. Like I've been around since like 2014. And so like there are some older, and not even that old, from like 2016, 2018, and like even 2019, there are like killer shows that
mm,
like the new BL fans that say they're like these big avid fans and stuff, they've only watched like the new ones. And
mhm,
like that's fine, and these new ones are incredible, but you have to give respect to like the ones that came before so that these new ones that are so good could even exist. And
mm.
like sometimes it just irks me when nobody knows about these older ones that are really, really good and really important.
Right? It's so upsetting that people don't know. And it's just like you're just like just watch a couple episodes.
Yeah.
You can watch the
And
whole.
like at the time some of these shows came out, they were like the shows when they came out, you know?
But I also think it's really hard now for new BL watchers to catch up and keep up because
Yeah.
now there's like 100 BLs across
Yeah.
the countries, and you're
There's
just
like 20 a month coming out.
and it's just so hard to keep it like in check because I know I'm struggling on sometimes. I'm like, oh, wait, what? That came out
Yep. My
already?
list just gets bigger and bigger.
And I'm just like I'm trying to go back and like watch stuff that are from like 2016, stuff
Mhm.
like as far back as like 2014, and it's just
Yeah.
so up like to the point where I'm like, should I just like two times speed it? And I don't really want to do that to classic ones, but like
Yeah.
sometimes they're a little
True.
I wouldn't say slow, but they're they're further time.
Yeah.
So
Compared to now, there's just sometimes there is something like a little lacking
mhm.
because of like when they came out and what they were kind of allowed to do when
Oh
the
yeah.
older ones were made. Like that's why they're like the older pillar ones. These like kind of lackier ones had to come first so that these really, really good ones could happen.
Okay. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have 3.
Me too. I didn't even put the shows, I just put their names. I don't know if you put their shows as well. I just put their names, their actual names for chemistry. So I'll just say mine in the list. Uh,
Okay.
I have Max and Toll, which we just went off. We went off on theirs. I have Poppy and Gun.
Mhm.
Like we can't not have them on the list. And then this is a new entry on my list. Fourth and Gemini.
Okay.
Like they've
Yeah.
given, I believe, two already, two BLs.
Uh-huh.
Um, three
My
technically,
School President and Moonlight Chicken.
yes. And then they had like the switch of roles.
Yeah.
So like two and a half. So those are mine on my list. They're amazing. And how about you?
I have so I did put, like, them to a specific show, but
Uh,
it works with them in general, but, I have Newell Boss and Love in the Air as Rain and Paiute. I have Apple Mile, Kin Porsche from Kin Porsche. And then Up Cow, Jean and Nubsib from Lovely Writer.
yeah.
I feel
Wow.
like Lovely Writer isn't really, like, talked about much,
No, I don't
but
think either.
it's green flags all around, other than the one about him, like, lying about him knowing him from the past. But, like, I kind of understand why he did that. But, like, very patient, never pushed. Even when Jean was drunk and wanted some action, he was like, "No, let's just cuddle." And like, I think we should wait until we're both ready. Like, it was green flags everywhere. They had a very healthy relationship. And I thought they had really good chemistry. Like,
Wow. I don't wait. Is this the first time that we haven't really had any mixing?
maybe
Wow, I think the only thing we ever mixed on, technically speaking, is
with
Max.
Max Tool.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a
And that
first.
wasn't in our top fives. That was our honorable mentions. Well, it was your honorable mention.
Mhm. Wow.
Whoa.
We
I
actually
didn't expect that, especially for something like chemistry.
wow. Wow, that's just telling us that like, wow. I don't know what that's telling us, but like wow, that's amazing for us.
Hmm.
It's a first for us. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, that's I'm so in shock. I thought we were gonna have like one or two things. Wow. Okay. So let me finish this here, and then we'll go to the next one, and then we'll go to yours, which I
Okay.
feel like it's easier and quicker.